Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Tan.
Welcome to episode 174 of Bird Squawk.
All right, we're back. Everyone hopefully had a relaxing bye. As it was on Sunday, it was needed. It felt like a sigh of relief this week as everyone else is playing. We can take a step back, and even we get a little bit of an extended bye with off Sunday as well and play Monday night. But we're back, baby. And all of the indicators I've heard early this week and even today is like we thought. The bye came at the perfect time. Jalen, no brace today at practice. Bradley Roby is going to be back probably this week. He was a full participant. Cam Jurgens, of course, probably going to be back as well. So reinforcements are coming as we kind of expected, but it seems like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, as we enter the gauntlet of the schedule here,
Yeah.
right? So, we talked about that, prior that we felt that the bye came at the perfect time for these guys. We're going into this game without Goddard.
Yeah.
But we got people back ready to make that run now, right? And it's kind of bittersweet too. Like, we got these games coming up, and it's like I just feel like we're gonna see these same people again further down the road.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of something we talked about yesterday, and even going into this path a little bit here. I mean, a lot of emotions obviously on Monday. Tough road game. Obviously, the media is gonna play it up with the rematch of the Super Bowl, the Kelsey brothers again, this and that.
Taylor Swift.
So, I mean, there's going to be a lot going into the game, of course, and a lot of emotions on both sides, I would assume. I mean, initially this was a game I had that they were gonna drop, but I mean, it's one of those that I definitely could see them going in and sneaking one out. I really don't know how to feel about the game.
I feel like we're going in there to win this game.
I mean, we're definitely going in to win, but
I feel like we are going to come out of there with a dub.
I mean, and I hope so.
I always feel like that.
And I think
I do feel like that.
I think that would finally be the statement win I think a lot of people need to see. I think a lot of people are still giving the Birds their props and still seeing them as one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NFL. But I still think there's a lot of doubting Todds out there and people that...
I honestly feel like the team's looking at this game as like, the revenge factor, but also a measuring stick.
Yeah.
To see where they stack up with the Chiefs, and you put Jalen down, and this dude always rises up to the occasion.
Yeah, I mean, I really do expect him to show up. I do expect them to be prepared. Obviously, I expect Kansas City to be prepared too. They're coming off a bye. But yeah, I mean, you're missing some guys. Goddard, of course. But you got to think 1 week down already with him hopefully recovering that you didn't play a game with a bye. But yeah, I mean, this whole stretch, I know we talked about this a lot. You got Kansas City this week. Then you come home against Buffalo, who is spiraling right now. A Kelly Green game feels closer and closer every week we get that's like a dub to me. I mean, that game scared me. It's one of those jackpot games of what Bills you're going to get. But I think that's a win the closer we get all the time. I think the Niners kind of like this game. A lot of emotion. A lot of going into that. Media's going to hype it up. We'll see about that game. It's going to be a good game. The Cowboys again. Tough game. And then Seattle, who you can't beat, but it feels like they're due to beat them. Haven't beat them in like 7 straight games. But they don't look that tough. I mean, we've talked about this. We talked about this a couple weeks now. This stretch isn't as scary as it initially was.
Right. And this team just seems to find a way to get it done.
Yes.
As long as we can hold on to the ball.
Yes.
Not turn it over.
Yep.
I mean, we're going to be in every game, right? And it just feels like, in the past when we needed to win ugly, we couldn't get it done, and now it just kind of feels like, hey, win ugly, win whatever way you can, because at the end of the day, it's a win on the schedule, right? Nobody's going to look back and go, yeah, you just got by them.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. It's a win.
That's what I kind of was telling myself when I was listening to the radio the other day when the Cowboys, I mean, they've beat the Giants 97-10. Whatever. Dude, I wouldn't care if they beat the Giants 7-0 in the 2 games this year combined. If you win those games, it's all that matters at the end of the day. It's not college football. You're not getting beauty points to try and get up the rankings.
Yeah.
It's what wins you got.
I really feel like those guys are going to get beat by the Panthers this week.
Who knows?
I don't know. I just have that feeling, you know.
Who knows?
Who knows? But we do, you know, like you said. I mean, at the beginning of the year, we were looking at this part of the schedule, going, "Wow, man, we definitely need to win all those games early,
Yep.
so that we're sitting at a good spot when we enter this."
And I mean,
But
they did
I-
do
I-
that.
I
But now
still-
you have that.
You know, I still kind of feel like we're coming out of this 3-2. I don't know who we lose to, but
That's what
I
I
wouldn't be
had.
surprised if we come out of this 3-2.
That's where I said if you go 3-3 through this stretch, including the game before the bye, you're in a good spot. You're in a real good spot.
I mean, getting the one on Monday night would put us in a great spot. I feel
Without a
like,
doubt,
you know?
that would, I think, put a lot of people probably saying that they're gonna win every game. But I mean, you got to put that together and keep that thing moving. I mean, defense. I mean, I get you're losing a couple pieces, but you're also gaining some pieces. I mean, Justin Evans is coming back. I forgot that dude was even on the team. I mean, that's depth. Bradley Roby, like I mentioned. I mean, defense is getting
and
what
you
they
got,
need.
You got another week where Bayard will know our terminology, know what he's got to do, what situation he's got to be in. You know, because the first few games, I'm just wondering if he's cooked. But
no, I mean,
know.
I really don't. I mean, the first game, I don't chalk it up to much because, I mean, he was in the building for like 2 weeks. I mean, he was in the building for like 2 days before that Washington game. And then he played, I mean, at the end of the day, CeeDee Lamb's a good corner. It's not that the Cowboys don't have weapons. It's just the Cowboys. I mean,
I wish he was a corner. No, he's a receiver. Sorry.
I mean, I still think he's going to pay dividends. It was an interesting report that came out that I guess around the trade deadline, both the Eagles and the Niners were talking to Pat Surtain. And it was kind of one of those, we're talking so you don't get him.
Yeah.
We're talking so you don't get him. So, like, they went out and eventually got Chase Young, which I know that's tough. I mean, he looks good. He looked good on Sunday, but that's not a trade the Eagles could have made. And then, of course, the Eagles went and got Bayard. So they kind of both shifted themselves out. I mean, the big thing is you go 3-2. That puts you at 10-4 with 3 games left. The big thing is that puts you in a really dang good spot for at least the division. You feel good at that point.
Yeah.
And the 1 seed, you're in the running. Because as much as I don't fear Detroit, I think they're a good team and they're coming on strong. That schedule, man. I mean, they got a cupcake schedule. You really needed them to lose on Sunday. Because there's a real legitimate chance that they could, like, run the table.
Yeah.
Like, they got Bears, Packers, Bears twice, I think.
Yeah, they got a real cupcake, kicking the cans kind of schedule here at the end. But, you know, and I really don't want to go out to Detroit and play them.
No,
you know.
but I mean, it's one of those things
I feel
that,
better
like,
if we were playing them in Philly.
Agreed.
Although we've lost to them in Philly before. You know, it is what it is. I mean, these guys know they got to take care of business. And I really feel like Monday night, you know, okay, the Chiefs defense, okay.
Yeah, they're good.
But their offense, I mean, can we just cover Kelsey? You know, can we just cover Kelsey
It's easier said
and
than
let
done, but
Mahomes
yes.
run around and get him too? But their offense just does not scare me like it used to.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't been clicking this year as they have been. I mean, they're in a lot of cases, they're very similar to kind of how the Eagles season is going. I mean, both teams are 8-1, but both teams haven't really played that well. I mean, there's been moments that they've looked good, but then there's been moments that they don't look good.
I mean, honestly, I don't feel like the Chiefs are going to be.
They're actually 7-2. Sorry.
I don't think so. Team that scares me right now from the AFC, the Bengals are heating up.
Well, we'll see
But,
tonight. I
you
mean,
know.
I think the I would honestly say the Ravens I'm a little more concerned of. The Bengals just lost to Houston last week at home.
I know, but
I mean, and the Ravens just lost to the Steelers. I don't know.
any given Sunday, but I mean tonight's a big one.
Yes.
Kind of see what happens.
See what's
here
that. But
tonight.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's an NFC. I mean, I think AFC is strong. I think the NFC is stronger. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get through our conference to start with.
I mean, I expect Saucy to have these guys ready to roll and focused.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there is a lot of, you know, payback, I'm
Yeah,
sure,
I mean, it's-
with these guys. And they want to go out there and show, hey, we should have beat you.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
it's one of those
I
things.
don't know. I'd be surprised if they go out to Kansas City and lay an egg.
I think so too, but I mean, it's one of those games that you got to see how a team responds in a game like that, because there's a lot going into it. There really is. I mean, primetime game, everything that happened last year, the storylines.
I mean,
it's
how many
very
ti-
similar to that night.
How many times are we going to see Taylor Swift on the TV?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know, it's going to
true.
get sickening.
Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be one of those games that they're gonna have to grind it out and try and keep it going, man. I think you're gonna have to make adjustments. I don't expect Julio to play tight end, but I think they're gonna line him up in the slot a lot and kind of try and be that big body to
Yeah.
replace Goddard. I think Jack Stahl. I mean, I'm not expecting 100 yards from Jack Stahl, but he's a good blocking tight end. He's decent out of. He's not going to give you a whole lot, but I mean,
where's Grant Calcaterra?
for some reason I want to say he's hurt.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why they have Big O or whatever the heck
Yeah,
that
I
dude
don't
from
even know what-
Denver that they
yeah.
randomly traded for at the
Yeah.
beginning of the year.
That's true.
But yeah.
that dude could see some playing time.
But we have to see, man. I think they're healthy. They feel good. They are in the right spot. And it's just one of those things that you got to see how it plays out. I don't really have a vibe either way. I think I could definitely see them going out there and winning. I could also see them going out there and not winning.
Excited for it though.
Yeah.
Excited to see what happens.
Without a doubt. So thank you guys always for watching. Make sure to follow us on Bird. Thank you guys always for watching. We'll be back as always next week. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at birds_squawk. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Fly Eagles fly.
Go Birds.